Hello everybody, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Today I'm in a very good mood because I'm back with another episode of Drawing Your OCs. And those of you who might be familiar to this series will probably remember that the last episode was the Christmas special. And it is now June, so that means that was 6 months ago. So episode 17 was 6 months ago. That's a very long time ago. And that's purely because, as you know, I was gone for a really long time, not posting due to uni. But now I finally have time again, which means I have time to return to this series. And this is literally my favourite series. Well, other than Draw This Again, but this is one of my favourite series that I do on my channel. They're so fun to do because I think it's just the interactive aspect which makes it so fun for me, because when I go on Instagram and I scroll through the hashtag, and by the way, how you can enter, what hashtag to use on Instagram, stuff like that, all that information is in the description. So if you would like to enter for a chance to be in the next episode or the episode after that, then please read the description so you know how to enter. So my favourite part about scrolling through the hashtag and seeing everyone's entries is just going through and seeing all the different art styles and the different designs that people come up with. It's really interesting because you guys get to see me draw all the time, but I don't always get to see your guys' drawings. I mean, people do tag me in their drawings on Instagram sometimes, and I always do try and check my tagged thing on Instagram to see if people have been tagging me in anything. So if you would like me to just see any drawings you've made in general, then tag me in any of your drawings. Feel free to do that and I would love to look at them. But anyway, back onto the subject of this video. So I used to do episodes of this every 2 weeks or like every month, and I miss doing that, so I will be bringing this back as a regular series, so make sure you get entering if you want your character to be featured. So the first character that I'm drawing today, I'm going to tell you a little bit about their backstory and their name and who created her. So this is Adalah Germaine, created by Gabby the Art Friend on Instagram. As per usual, I will have both the artists who contributed their characters to this episode linked in the description. So here's the backstory for Adler Germaine. Adalah is the crown princess of the Kingdom of Olden, and she's definitely a powerhouse. Exposed to a violent rebellion as a child, Adalah realised very quickly that her people need a succinct leader, I hope I said that right, and she hopes she can be a leader who will help to bridge the gaps in the communities torn apart before her time. She's incredibly studious, but enjoys spending her time among her people and exploring the furthest reaches of her city. Despite the law saying she can't use her dragon form outside of battle, Adalah wants nothing more than to spread her wings and fly. Still, she's devoted to her people. When an envoy of Raiden ambassadors, Nina Wren and her family included, arrive in Olden, she goes out of her way to make their lives comfortable. Despite not recognising Nina, Adalah can't help but be drawn to her, but will she have the strength to convince her people that this change will be one made for the better? So I really like this character, and I like the backstory that Gabby provided as well, and I think this is definitely a story with a lot of potential there, and I want to know more about it. So I hope you end up making it like a book or a comic, Gabby, because it sounds really cool. And as you can see in the video, I was having a lot of issue with her face. There's a point where I made her smile and it just ends up looking really creepy and weird. So I ended up getting a previous save and copying her face to try and fix how it looked, because I ended up giving up on how it was looking, because I was like, it looks so much better when I put my basic colours in. So you'll see in a minute where I begun to give up on it, so I just put the old face back on, and once I did that, it looked so much better, and I'm really glad I did. I also had problems with her left arm, well, the arm on the right, for most of this drawing process, because I don't know why, it looked so stiff and wrong for a lot of the drawing. And the first thing my sister said when she saw this drawing, when I'd finished it, was, wow, that drawing looks really good, but the arm is really off and really bad. And it's just really annoying for me because I feel like it's a constant issue in my art. I always have some kind of anatomy issue, but hey, that's why you keep practicing. I'm doing lots of full body drawings in my sketchbook and trying to get better. So yeah, that was Adler, and I unfortunately lost the last part of the recording where I was drawing the background, but I still have most of the drawing there, but that's why that part is missing. Okay, so the next character comes from fetlock_flowers on Instagram, and this account entered in lots of different designs, and that was actually something I was also looking for this episode, because I always have people saying to me, Jenny, you've not gotten to my entry yet, or I feel like I keep entering but I don't get chosen. And there are a couple reasons for this. I do have so many entries every single time. Like, if you look on the hashtag, there's been almost 2,000 entries now, and I've drawn, well, if I'm on to episode 18, that means I've drawn oh my goodness, that moment when you can't do maths, that means I've done 36 characters. I really hope I got that right. So 36 out of 2,000 possible characters. It's a very small percentage, so it's very hard for me to work through every single character. However, I will say, if you are one of those people who consistently enter your characters, I do notice, and therefore your characters make more of an impression on me because I've seen them pop up a lot more. And both the people who were featured in today's video are people who have both consistently entered their characters. And not only that, but they have unique characters, so not all their characters look the same. They have variation between them, and especially this last account, fetlock_flowers, as always, will be linked in the description. I thought the designs were really interesting. Like, the character clothing they're wearing, the outfits and everything, the backstories behind them, it was all very well thought out. So that's why I chose the characters I did for this episode. Although I will have another episode probably in another 2 weeks, so if you want to get picked, start entering now and start thinking about how can you make your character interesting, what outfit aspects can you add to maybe make them look a bit more intriguing, and think about your backstory. Also, please don't forget to include a backstory, because loads of times I see a character I really want to use and people haven't put a backstory in, and I'm like, I can't use it because I don't know anything about them, and I feel like I can't really capture a character unless I know a little something about them. So anyway, I'm going to tell you the backstory for this character now. So fetlock_flowers wrote Maria on the drawing, but they wrote Marie across the description, so I think her name is actually Marie Ballium, and I also hope I'm saying her surname correctly. Okay, so Marie Ballium was born in 1570 in Greece to a poor Jewish family. They moved through Europe and settled in Germany, where she works as an alchemist or scientist. Through her hardships as a child, she learned to be resourceful and hardworking, so most days she's hard at work in her lab, finding new and better ways to experiment. She can also make potions for all kinds of things, and works to improve other people's lives with her work. She is named after a famous alchemist who invented the Ballium Marie, or water bath. So I like that she's also named after a famous alchemist. I think that's really cool. And I just really loved her design. I loved everything, down to like the feathers, to the headpiece she's wearing. I think I could have made her like the golden parts that tie her hair up perhaps a little bit more gold looking, because they look a little bit dull. But this was honestly so much fun for me to do, and as you can probably tell, I also really challenged myself to draw dynamic looking hands. Normally I try my hardest to hide the hands so I don't have to draw them, but today I was like, no, I'm not gonna hide the hands, I'm gonna make the hands be free, and I'm gonna try and make them look like hands as well, because I really struggle with hands, but me hiding them away isn't gonna help me improve in any way, so that is why I drew them today. And I did try and like exaggerate certain parts and make it look a bit more cartoony looking throughout the whole thing as well, like the big eyes, but I wanted her wrists to be quite small and her fingers to look kind of skeletal and like gangly looking. I'm not quite sure why I went for this look, but I thought it would just add more to her character when I was trying to capture her. And I had so much fun drawing the little potion bottle as well. So all in all, she was a very, very, very fun character to draw. And I am very glad you entered in all your characters, Fetlock_flowers. And definitely check out all the Instagram accounts that I've linked in the description of people who were featured in today's video, because they are both excellent artists and they deserve more followers. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to tune in again tomorrow, because I have another Draw This Again video planned. I know, exciting times. So stay tuned for that. Bye guys.